Hey guys, today we're going to be swapping the oil from our Volkswagen Beetle. Ours is carbureted with an electronic start. We are also not going to be switching the oil filter or the mesh, as you guys might call it. We already did so last month. It's still basically brand new, so we don't need to do that. So to get started, we are going to need a wrench with a 21mm socket. You can also just use a normal 21mm wrench, but as what we have here. You are gonna need a new washer, preferably copper, so it can bend a little bit. We're gonna replace the old one with this new one. Now, of course, we need to clean up all the oil. So we are gonna using a brake cleaner we got from O'Reilly's. Pretty common here. Same here with a towel. Just needed to clean the oil pan. And then, of course, we're also going to need gloves to protect ourselves from the oil, so we don't get our hands dirty. And then we have this oil pan here. We're only going to be using 2.4 quarts of oil, so it should be more than enough to fill 2.4 quarts. We are also going to need a funnel. Now, I would recommend not using one of these. These are way easier, and they have the quantities right here. You just put this into the oil tower and it's way easier to do than using a funnel. But you do what you got. And then finally, you're going to be using synthetic oil, 5W30. You can also use 5W20, but this is what we have here. It's more common. And we're only going to be using 2.4 quarts out of the 5 quarts. So let's get started, guys. Alright, so here we have our oil pan right here. And then this right here in the center is the screw that we're gonna take off the bolt. So just gonna get right there and loosen it up. Just enough so I can start loosening it up with my hand. I think that should be good enough. And then have your towel ready. Now you're gonna have to be quick with it so you don't get your arm all dirty from the oil. There you go. Now it's spilling, and you're just gonna let it drop all the way till the very last drop. And while you're waiting, you can start going ahead and start cleaning your screw with your towel. And then once it's done, we're gonna come back, right, guys? Now I'm here and cleaning up the last bit of oil here. When you put on the washer onto the screw bolt, make sure there's two sides. One side is rounded, one side is flat. Make sure the flat side is facing towards the top of the bolt so that the round side is facing downward onto the actual here into the engine. So right now you're just gonna screw it in with your hand so you can't screw it anymore. And then there we go. Like this, just gonna pop it in there. Screw, screw, screw. There, and then you're gonna get your 21mm socket or wrench. You're just gonna tighten it until it's a kind of tight, but not too tight because that's actually bad. So more or less like right there is good. And yeah, that's your oil change. I'm just cleaning up the last bit of it. Any remaining oil that was left on the surrounding areas. Just in case, I'm also going to shoot some brake cleaner onto it. And you gotta clean up the brake cleaner. Yeah, good as new. Now we're gonna put in the new oil back on top. Now we have our oil cap right here with this oil. While putting in the oil, you have to be careful of not hurting the heating tubes. These are very fragile and you don't like to be cold, so careful not to damage them. Now, it's just gonna come right off, twisting a little bit, and then it comes right off. There you go. You also need to clean this one because it's really dirty. So you just clean that with a towel. Now, once you're using the funnel, you can just have it like this, and just put in your oil through here. But as I said earlier, that could be kind of hard. So preferably you want to use your container, and the container you would just go simply like right here, and just boom, 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 boom. You also have to be careful since it is a very small entrance. You have to be careful of it to not overflow. So you have to be putting in the oil really slowly. And so we're using 2.4 quarts of oil. Now, as you can see here, this is the quart side. We're gonna fill it up a little bit under this line. This is a 2.5 quart line, just a little bit before that. Now you have to be careful with this one. You don't want to spill any oil. Just do it very slowly. Very, very slowly. Once I'm done with this, I'll show you guys putting it in. So now I've already finished filling up the container with 2.4 quarts. I'm just gonna clean up this area. Make sure no remaining old oils left in here. And make sure you have your towel in your oil so that in case you spill any, you can just clean it up immediately. Now this is gonna go right here. And then you wanna do it very slowly. Very, very slowly. Like that. If you put in too much, as you'll see, you might be able to see it right there in the camera. It's gonna overflow, so you have to do it very slowly. And then you're gonna spill. And just keep doing this so all of it is done. Alright, so we finished cleaning up. So let's start it up.